As ACBU continues to bring rich, entertaining events and guests to campus, last week's slam poetry session in the Student Center Ballroom drew quite the crowd. Reporter Matthew Svoboda has more.
Last Thursday, the Activities Council brought slam poet Akeem Olaj to campus to perform several new poems he has been working on, ranging from lighthearted, comical stories to more serious, eye-opening renditions of life. Olaj started performing from a young age, finding his passion very quickly, along with competitive success.
I started doing poetry slams when I was 18. Went to Brave New Voices. Then I went to college. I took a break from competing in poetry slams, and then I won the National Poetry Slam my first time going in 2010 with Team Snow, which is Slam New Orleans.
Throughout his set, titled "Is the Shade Real?", Olaj evoked laughter, stunned silence, and applause in the form of snapping, guiding the audience from one emotion to the other. Swinging from laughter to shock was the very inspiration behind the idea for such a shady title.
A lot of things that I talk about in my poetry, especially when I talk about racism or sexism, I'm a little shady. Like, I'm gonna make fun of you a lot. Like I say, it's like I'm naturally a funny, goofy person, so some of that comes out in my poetry, even when I'm laughing at myself or even when I'm talking about things that's really traumatic.
Drawing from different role models throughout his life, Olaj took inspiration from other poets and his own family to craft his style and mold his drive for slam poetry.
When I grew up in New Orleans, there was this extremely talented spoken word artist named Sonny Patterson. One thing that I kind of mirrored from Sonny is using history of the African people, the African diaspora, in my poems. Another big inspiration for me is my sister. I remember when I started writing poetry, she was the first person to come to my poetry shows. When I was running my own show, she would come and work the bar or work the door for me, just full-on support.
After a very emotional and powerful performance on stage, drawing from history and his own life, there's just one thing that Olaj believes the audience should take away from his show as a primary lesson.
Honesty. I don't always write myself as the hero in all my poems. If I'm going to be shady, I'm going to be shady towards myself. Before anybody else can be shady towards me, I'm a do it to me. I'm going to make fun of myself because this is real depression. This is sad. I need to turn this memory into something else.
You can find Akeem Olaj on Instagram and on his website at akeemolaj.com. And you can catch clips of his performances, such as Lies Heal, all over YouTube. For BUTV News, I'm Matthew Svoboda.